And I'm talking to two very special individuals right now. I'm talking to action film royalty has to be said, in Dolph Lundgren and Big Nasty, Florian Munteanu. First and foremost, how you guys doing?
Pretty good. Pretty comfortable in that scene.
Well, let's crack straight into this, talk about Creed 2, right? You know,
Sure.
When you're watching a film, I'm sorry to say this, Florian, but initially you just want to hate Victor just because of the history of the whole Drago family and whatnot. But as the film progresses and you hear the backstory of like what you're fighting for with family and Russia and whatnot, you kind of start to sympathize with Victor a little bit more. And by the time he gets to the final fight, I'm not quite sure who I want to win. It's weird. So how did you prep yourself to play such a character?
Well, basically, you know, I was working with Stephen Capel a lot, our director, and he created this character. Same with Ivan, it's not the same character anymore. So it's pretty complex, pretty dark and deep. So I had to tell him my whole life story, and we were focusing on the negative memories, on the negative moments from my life, in order to play the pain authentic, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was kind of the preparation to kind of sum up all the bad memories from my life to play Victor Drago, yeah.
And Dolph, without trying to, expose the story really, there's a scene early on where you meet with Rocky at Adrian's, right? And then straight away I remembered, oh right, this is why I didn't like this guy in Rocky 4. So like, what's it like playing a character that's somewhat public enemy number one?
Well, it's a conflicted feeling. I mean, obviously, one of the reasons I really liked this picture and I wanted to make it was when I read the script, I felt exactly the same way. You know, as the story progresses, you realize what these people went through, and then you start sympathizing with them. And because he is public enemy number one, it's even more effective if that public enemy starts showing some real humanity and softness and vulnerability, then you're like, you can't help but feeling sorry for the guy. And that's what I liked about the character, that I got a chance to take my old Soviet killer who took care of Apollo Creed and a few other people back in the 80s and kind of humanize him.
Okay. Florian, like, I'm looking at you the person now. You are a huge guy. I heard you even had to like shred some weight, lose some weight for the film, right? So, but what I want to talk about, this is a question for both of you really. Like, see the training montage when it leads up to the final fight, in comparison to your training montage in Rocky 4 and this one in Creed 2. Which one do you think was the better one of the two?
I don't know if you can say one is better, but I mean, they were different because the whole thing about the Rocky 4 was, you know, the Soviets had all the technology and I was in all the machines, and Rocky was running up the mountain and lifting like logs and shit. But in this one, I think it's more about showing this guy as being the most powerful fighter ever. And the stuff he does is just physical feats of strength and agility.
Eating
right? I'm seriously, the stuff you do is like, you know, Michael is like punching the mitts at super high speed, and you're like lifting, you know, heavy weights and doing all kinds of stuff.
Power.
So it's something different. But I love this montage. I thought it was just as good as Rocky.
I mean, the desert scene for Creed, I think it was something new.
Yeah.
Something what we never have seen before.
Yeah.
But it's tough to say. I mean, the old Rocky movies have also this iconic music. Music plays an important role, in my opinion, for the montage. I like the music a lot from Creed because, you know, I like to listen to urban music, so that's my kind of music. But it's tough to say. It's a tough question. People have to decide.
Well, also the world has changed. You know, like back in the 80s, everything was so black and white because the Soviets, there was a nuclear standoff, and you had to go. They couldn't show, oh, Ivan Drago's actually not a bad guy. You know, no, you couldn't do that. I mean, you had to be just a badass all the way, villain. Now it's a bit more. People are smarter now.
Yeah.
You know, they know that there are levels in everybody.